Hey everyone, Kyle once again, and welcome back to another movie review. And welcome back to basically reviewing another Jean-Claude Van Damme movie. And it goes to well, I'm not. Well, I'm going to just do web films whenever, but I'm not going to do like a whole marathon though. But I'll just do films separately as I usually do. But Because since the start of this year, I've recently been doing a couple of Van Damme movies. I reviewed Sudden Death and then The Quest, which was not that good. But this one I think is another good one, and I think it's a pretty good, solid Van Damme movie. And this one I review we talk about is about called Nowhere to Run. And which Nowhere to Run, it came out in 1993, which there was another Van Damme movie that came out in 1993 in the summer, and that is Hard Target, which I love. Hard Target. To me, that's like what this quote here says here calls this for this film here. The best Van Damme movie ever. I think, but the reason why I would say that because I think Hard Target is the best Van Damme movie. Because I love that movie, but don't get me wrong, I do like this movie, but I don't think it's the best Van Damme movie ever, which says right here though. But I think Hard Target is the best Van Damme movie. I love Time Cop, Sudden Death I reviewed, which I enjoy. Like I said, The Quest, which is said that was his first film that he directed, and he did a terrible job on that one, though, sadly. Street Fighter I did not like, but Bloodsport, Kickboxer, Lionheart, Universal Soldier, the sequel, which I think is an underrated sequel, The Return. I always enjoyed a lot of his movies. There's always been a few films I did not like though, but I always enjoyed most of his movies. And this was another good one. Although really quick on this DVD cover, I would say it's not quite a good DVD cover. I prefer the one that was the original poster look. But I was this way. This one's not that. This look is not that quite of a good cover though. But I just prefer the one on the poster. But as I said, this film and Hard Target both came out in 1993, but this one came out at the start of the year, like in January. And Hard Target came out in August. But for this particular Van Damme movie, this was not it's not a wall-to-wall action movie like all of the other ones. It's a little bit of a drama to it as well, which I thought it worked well in the film. There is some action. There is some action scenes, which overall the action scenes I thought was pretty well done, and because this is directed by Robert Harmon, who directed the original The Hitcher film with Rutger Hauer and C. Thomas Howell. And I thought he did a pretty good job of directing for this film because I love the original The Hitcher. Fuck the remake. Then he also directed a film with Jim Caviezel called Highwaymen, which I also enjoy. And really enough, is also this he has also worked with Mark Isham again, which to the score for this movie, which Mark Isham has worked with also with Robert Harmon for the Hitcher and Highwaymen. Really enough, so like all three of them, like he is collaborating with composer Mark Isham. And also for the writer for this film was really enough is Joe Esterhazy, who wrote on Basic Instinct and also on Jade, two erotic thrillers. But I believe also for Jade because it said that Joe Esterhazy did the story, but I think that director William Friedkin had some rewrites I think of it. So but Joe Esterhazy's name is on both of those films. So he also wrote in this film, really enough. And Jean-Claude Van Damme, I thought he did, for this film, compared to his film The Quest, but I thought he did a pretty good job in this film. The rest of the cast, I thought they were good as well. Rosanna Arquette from, I think she must have been in other films. Just quickly want to get her, what other films that she's been in. So she was in the Western film Silverado, with the one with Scott Glenn and Kevin Costner. Pulp Fiction, Gone Fishing, the one with Danny Glover and Joe Pesci. The whole 9 yards. So quite a few stuff. Notable film appearances. But and also also stars the two her she in the film she has 2 kids, her daughter and a son, and the older son is played by Kieran Culkin, but I think he's the brother. Yeah, because I think he's the brother of Macaulay Culkin. Yeah, he's the younger brother of Macaulay Culkin. And so what other films he's been? Because I think he also had because they also had another brother, Rory Culkin, which was also in Signs. So brothers that are also, I guess, Macaulay Culkin Home Alone, Kieran Culkin in this film, and Rory Culkin in Signs. So he's the older son, and I thought that the two played the 2 children of Rosanna Carr. I thought they did fine. I think, well, first of all, I thought they were not annoying. I thought they were sweet kids and stuff, nice kids. And you got some pretty good bad guys in this movie. Together in the bad guys, you have Josh Ackland, which he was the bad guy in Lethal Weapon 2, which he's the one that shoots Mel Gibson, and Dan Glover's going to shoot him. He goes, "Diplomatic community," and Dan Glover goes and shoots him in the head and says, "Just been revoked." So yeah, he was a bad guy in Lethal Weapon 2, but he's the bad guy in this movie. And you got another pretty good bad guy is Ted Levine, who played Buffalo Bill in Silence of the Lambs, and of course also starred the TV show Monk. And I think also he was also in Stephen King's The Mangler, really enough, and he was the hero in that movie, along with Robert Englund. And he's been in notable films. He was also in Flubber, the remake of The Hills Have Eyes. He's been in quite a lot of films, but and of course I thought that he was mostly famous from Buffalo Bill and not Hills Have Eyes, but Silence of the Lambs. And he did a pretty good job as the bad guy. I really enjoyed him as the bad guy in this film, Ted Levine. And plus, I always liked him as an actor as well, so he's a capable actor. So yeah, so overall we have a very good cast. The score I thought was pretty decent. The directing by Robert Harmon was pretty well done. And even though it's not a big action film, the action scenes that were in it, I thought they were very well done. And yes, it's more of a little bit of a drama in the desert, which I thought it was fine for a desert movie, because that's what took place mostly in the desert and stuff like that. Even though they got some stuff in the woods and stuff, but a lot of things with the desert. I thought it was a nice location to shoot at. And I think, but the film did pretty good, solid at the box office. Made like 50 million, or 52 million, a budget of 15 million. Domestically made like 22. So overall did a very good job at the box office, even though for a film that came out in January. But the film did get like mixed reviews. It has a 5.5 on IMDb and has a 20% on Rotten Tomatoes, which I disagree with. I don't think it deserves a 20% Rotten Tomatoes. 5.5 too low for this movie. I think the Quest has a higher rating. I believe on IMDb. If I remember, because my memory is that poor. But I think it's a pretty good solid film for action slash drama, because there's a little bit of action in it. Overall, in the story in the film, Jean-Claude Van Damme plays Sam, he's a prisoner. He's on this prison bus, and he has a buddy that's gonna help him escape. He's driving his car, and he cuts off in front of the prison bus, and the prison bus flips over. And then you have like prisoners that are, because the prisoners are falling, or like, well, bouncing up and down basically because the bus flipped over. And he has some good looking shots as well and some stunt work. And one guard goes out to check on Van Damme's buddy, who pretends to be like knocked out, but then holds him at gunpoint. Then Jean-Claude Van Damme goes against the other guard that's on the bus and say, "Oh, my leg, my leg's broken," and "Oh, my arm's broken." And he says, "Which one's broken?" "Your face," and punches the guard. That was pretty funny. Got a chuckle out of that. So he makes them uncuff all the prison, and all the prisoners, they start going towards the car, and Van Damme gets a shotgun to tells one of those in the driver's seat, which where the prisoner was going to drive off in the car, I recognize him, and he's been in other films as well, mostly minor roles, but I recognize that person. He also says, "You steal his car, go to hell." So he goes and drives off with his buddy. But as they're driving away, one of the guards gets a sniper rifle and shoots, and he gets a good look at like a POV shot as it goes towards the car, goes through the back of the car window, and gets his buddy right here in the neck. And he starts bleeding to death right here, and he goes and tells him that, "I'm sorry because that you were in prison because of me. I would switch trade places if I were you. I would trade places with you." And says, "Will you forgive me for putting you into this?" And he says, "Yes, I forgive you." And then the guy dies. His name was Billy. And then he goes out to a spot and buries him. And he has some clothes, and he goes to like camps out in a little spot in the woods, and he can listen to a recorder that his buddy left in because thinking like he knew he was gonna die, so he left him recording. Have some left some money for him. But then while he's there, we introduced to Rosanna Arquette and her kids. They live in a house, pretty much in the middle of the desert. Because the bad guys in the movie, Josh Ackland and Ted Levine, they work for this land development because they're trying to convert this all into like a big neighborhood community, and her house is the only one that's standing in the way of his plans. So he tries to make her sign her house over to him, but she says, "No, I'm not selling it." So they try threatening and scaring her. And there was this cop that likes Rosanna Arquette, but he's being paid off by the bad guys, and tries everything to try to make her leave her home, but she doesn't want to. And then one night, Van Damme sneaks in around the house and gets a little peek shot of Rosanna Arquette getting undressing, getting in the shower. But he goes in steals some salt, and Kieran Culkin hears him, sees the guy. Well, he doesn't fully sees what he sees him off in the distance. But then the next morning he says he was here. E.T. took the salt. He keeps saying it was E.T. And then he finds Van Damme. He finds him in his tent. And he's looking at a Playboy magazine, and I thought it was another funny line of dialogue where he says to Van Damme, "You like boobs?" And he says, "Sometimes." And he says, "Boobs are gross." I thought that was kind of a little fun dialogue with Van Damme and the kid. But then by the next morning, like he's like cooking something, while he's bathing himself in the water. He before he pushes the car into the water as well. The kid comes back and he sees him in the lake, and he starts wants to help cook him a steak. And then his sister comes out, just as Van Damme comes out because he's naked, and he's like sees the girl coming. He's like, oh, he goes like back into the water. So there's little moments like that I thought was kind of funny, and but also they used to with the kids referring to their Kieran Culkin mentions that he had a father who passed away, and he really enjoyed it, loved his father, and he misses him, and because he said that he died of an aneurysm, and you get a little bit with that as well, and then they go back to their house, but sometime later that when they're getting back to their home, they think they find like one of their cows is dead, and then some bad guys three bad guys attack them. So if you're noticing, my chair is a little wobbly. It's about time I get a new chair here, because every time I sit here I feel I'm gonna bust myself while sitting in this chair. But some bad guys starts attacking them in their car. Then Van Damme comes in, starts kicking their ass. Like he gets like a piece of wood, starts hitting them, and takes one bad guy and rams them right to their headlight. Then scares them off. Then he just starts inviting them back, invites them to their house, and you get like well, I would say it's a little bit of like a weird bit of dialogue because they're eating at the table, and the girl goes and says he has a big penis, and the mom goes like, you know, what was the girl's name? Bree is her name, Bree, and the mom goes, he has an average penis, because there was a moment where he was taking a shower, and he was taking a shower while the cop came in. She says pretend that he's her cousin. That's why she said that, because she saw him naked in the shower while the cop was talking with him. But that was like a little bit of a weird little moment there. But if I like the film, I can let that go, because overall I think it's a very good, solid Van Damme movie. So, and then Ted Levine, with the bad guys, Ted Levine, Josh Ackland. Well, we're going with they want to fix it on the motorcycle, which also belonged to their father, and he wants to fix it up, and he's against the parts. And then Ted Levine has a little bit of chat with them, says, you know, you're not from around here, and Van Damme goes, neither are you. He says, you're good. Or another instance where Ted Levine takes a little girl, he's like taking her home. You know, he's like being all nice and to the little girl and stuff. And I like this little moment with him talking with Ted Levine and Jean-Claude Van Damme. He's like, if you ever come near her kids or any of her kids, I'll kill you. And Ted Levine goes, I look forward to it. And says, me too. So I like that. What I liked about it, it was nice seeing Van Damme with Ted Levine. I thought there was a good back and forthness with when they were talking with each other. And like I said, it's not hardcore wall-to-wall action. It's more of a little bit of action, but some drama as well. And I thought it was pretty good for this Van Damme movie. But overall, I thought that Ted Levine did a great job as a bad guy, and so was Josh Ackland. And they're getting more and more nervous because they're running out of time. If he doesn't get this house, he'll lose everything that he has from this project. And like there's another instance with a town meeting when they're there. There was one guy who was a neighbor of Rosanna Arquette, says he just wants to sell his land either. But and he says that what the bad guys do, they set the guy's barn on fire for that, And Jean-Claude Van Damme also comes in and helps him, rescues the guy, saves the horses. But the flames are getting near their fuel tanks, so Van Damme gets like a tractor or a bulldozer, because to knock down this big water tower is sitting next to it to put down all the flames, preventing the tanks from exploding. And then the guy, the cop who likes Rosanna Arquette, he comes by, like he's fixing the motorcycle, and he tells him to put your hands up. Handcuffs him to the barn door. That starts whacking the crap out of him, like hitting his back a lot of times. And then just lets him off, because he's in pain though. And then Rosanna Arquette helps with the Van Damme, and then of course there's the scene where they have sex, of course. And then they get information about Sam. They know that he's not really her cousin, that he's a convict. And then of course that she finds that out, and so he's gonna leave, takes a motorcycle. Even though the kids will miss him, they'll be his to be on his way. And then while he's there, he gets a pretty good chase scene where car chasing, where Van Damme's like, he hears something, but he gets on his motorcycle, and then cops find locate where he's at, and then we get a really good chase scene where he's driving on his motorcycle, and cops sorry, need some much better. Or where cops are on their cars, and they're riding on horseback, even sometimes on foot, and they're shooting at him. Good chasing through the woods and then to the desert. So I thought the action scenes were well directed for Robert Harmon. He directed the action scenes pretty well. Or there was another instance before where I want to mention where there was another instance where they get another text from more bad guys that were making another attempt to force Rosanna Arquette out of their home, where the guys, there was more bad guys and the guy in a bulldozer, and Van Damme goes and throws a chain goes in the back of the bulldozer and throws a chain at one guy and throws that guy out, and gets another guy with another one stick, and says, third strike, you're out. So another good Van Damme line there. Forgot to mention that one. And so, after the chase scene, the bad guys, Josh Ackland and Ted Levine, they go over, they force their way into their house. They knock out the cop because he wasn't doing what he was asked to do. So Ted Levine forces Rosanna Arquette to sign the paper, and they were gonna burn their house. But Van Damme punches through one window, takes one guy out, and the guy who was about to get on fire, the guy punches him out. And I thought it was another good, you get another POV shot where Ted Levine shoots a shotgun, but misses Van Damme. Another good looking shot though. So they got some good looking POV shots of where the bullet, from the beginning, where I killed his buddy Billy. So you get some good looking shots as well, angle shots. And then it gets to this really good real good fight with Ted Levine and Van Damme. It's a good fight scene. It's mostly with fisticuffs, punching back and forth at each other. I thought it was a well done fight scene. And they're just punching each other, and Ted Levine is throw Van Damme around, tries to stab him with a pitchfork, and one thing where the kid with the Kieran Culkin is there. Ted Levine pushes that kid to a side, and Van Damme gets pissed about it. And he starts beating him, boom, 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 and then throws Ted Levine to the cop windshield, and then he gets a shotgun, starts shooting at him, and then Kieran Culkin throws the 6-shooter gun at Van Damme, and a nice shot where he's jumping in slow-mo, shooting Ted Levine, good actual practical blood squibs, which nowadays is mostly CGI blood. You know, it's nice to see blood squibs. Or not, or better yet, now also the barns where the barn was on fire, actual barn building down, not CG fire. That's why back in the 90s they did that stuff like that. It did things practically. Not everything nowadays has to be, even fire has to be CGI, not even blood has to be CGI now. So actually, yes, it was nice to see that. So, as I was saying, nice shot where Van Damme's going in slow-mo and shooting Ted Levine. And then when he falls back on the cop car, his playing card starts flying out because his character at the beginning has this thing with doing card tricks. So that's why when he falls back on the cop car, playing cards fly out because he has this little thing with doing card tricks. So then the police get there, and Josh Ackland was holding Rosanna Arquette at holding her hostage, but he's forced to surrender. He gets arrested, and Jean-Claude is forced to surrender himself. You know, and it was also it was before this. This is like a sweet ending because the kids will miss him, but he says he'll come back one day, and Culkin hugs Van Damme. Sweet, sentimental there. And he says, "You know, goodbye, my friend." And another good moment where Josh Ackland was telling him, "You bastard, do you know who I am?" And Van Damme goes and hits him with the cop door and says, "I know what you are." So then as they drive away, he's waving goodbye to them. And a free shot of him waving bye-bye. So I thought that was a sweet ending with him waving bye-bye to the kids and stuff, and I thought it was not all like it's like over the top, whatever, how made the ending look shitty and stuff. No, it was actually like a sweet ending where yeah, he has to go back to prison, but he says he'll come back one day, and Culkin goes and hugs him. So it was a sweet ending. It wasn't a Debbie Down ending where I go, okay, whatever, bye bye or stuff like that. But no. So nowhere to run. I thought it was a pretty good, solid Van Damme movie. I thought Jean-Claude Van Damme, I think he did a really good job as the character Sam. Rosanna Arquette and the one who played her two kids, I thought they were fine. I thought they were not annoying. I thought they were nice, sweet kids. I like the bad guys. Josh Ackland was a really good bad guy, and so was Ted Levine. I thought he played a great bad guy. Like this little bit is back and forth with talking with him and Van Damme. It was nice to see them talking with each other. It was nice to see them talking. And the fight scene between them, I thought was a very done fight scene. Fisticuffs and punching back and forth and stuff. So I thought it was a really good fight between them. Sweet ending, as I would put it. The other action scenes, the other fight scenes with him trying to keep the bad guys away, and the car chase scene was well done as well. And the score helped fit the film, and the directing by Robert Harmon was well done as well. Like the humor that I thought for the most part I thought was pretty funny, except the one weird moment with her where they're talking about you know, he has a big penis and he has an average penis and stuff like that. But even though it was like a weird dialogue though, but I thought overall I liked the film, so I can let that slide because I got entertainment from it. And overall, I thought it was a pretty good Van Damme movie. And well, even though I didn't watch watch this film a lot growing up because I was watching some other good Van Damme movies growing up, like really enough, I saw Universal Soldier: The Return before the original one growing up, really enough, or Time Cop, which I love that movie. That's another one I grew up watching Van Damme with. Although even though I didn't grow up with this Van Damme movie, although my mother she watched this film a lot more times than than I did when I was growing up. So she she considers this one of her favorite Van Damme movies. Really enough, because I remember she was watching it all the time on television. So if I remember, what was HBO? I think it was. Could be wrong. Because I remember back when she was watching this all the time on TV. So yeah, I consider that it was one of her favorite Van Damme movies, without a doubt. So overall, I enjoy Nowhere to Run. I think it was a pretty good, even though it's more of a drama, but the action scenes were there as well. So a little bit of action, but mostly drama though. But the action scenes were really good, even though it's considered an action movie. But the action was there, so, and the drama I thought was fine. And I bought the little love between chemistry between Rosanna, Arquette, and Van Damme. I bought that. Which I was fine with. The score by Mark Isham I thought it worked just fine. And the score was on for about 94 minutes. Hour and a half, 4 minutes, and it went at a pretty good, decent pace. I don't think it was that boring. But nothing for features, just trailers, and that's it. No features, because a lot of Van Damme movies have no features, sadly enough. And like I said, back here it says on the front, which I disagree with, even though I like the movie. It says the best Van Damme movie ever. I would disagree on that. Even though I like this movie, but I don't think it's not the best Van Damme movie. I thought ones like Time Cop and Hard Target, I think would consider one of his best movies. Universal Soldier. But I still like this movie overall. I don't hate the movie in the least bit. This is a film I think I have no problems with, other than the one weird moment with like the dog, like I said before, though. Other than that, though, I think I have no problems with this movie. I really do enjoy Nowhere to Run. It's another good Jean-Claude Van Damme movie. More, in the back here it says, more Van Damme action than you've ever seen. The action scenes were there. It's not that much action, but it was there. So believe me, the action scenes, what they did, it was there. It was well done fight scenes, especially him with a fight with Van Damme and Ted Levine. But Nowhere to Run, it's a really good, solid Jean-Claude Van Damme movie. The location was nice to look at, with the desert and the woods and stuff. Good location to shoot at. Robert Harmon did a really good job directing, because I enjoy the best film I still enjoy is the original Hitcher. Highwayman with Jim Caviezel I enjoy, and I like this film as well. He did a good job with making, which is I thought it was a pretty interesting choice for him to direct a Van Damme movie. When we see his films of Highwayman and The Hitcher, I thought it was an interesting choice of director to direct a Jean-Claude Van Damme movie. So that was kind of another interesting highlight for me. So yeah. So that's my review for Nowhere to Run, and even the story by Joe Esterhazy, even though he wrote on Basic Instinct and most of on Jade as well. I thought for story wise and writing wise, I think he was better writing this than Basic Instinct and Jade and stuff. But even though for Jade, William Friedkin I believe did a lot of rewriting as well. But I thought the story, for writing wise for this film, I thought it was the story. I like the story of it, so I was fine with it. I was fine with the story. But that's my review for Nowhere to Run. If anyone has seen this Van Damme movie, go and check it out. See what your thoughts on it. It's a pretty good, solid Van Damme movie. No question about it. And this film I have probably no problems with. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned on the next movie review. Later.